What's up, guys? Welcome back to the You're Wrong NFL podcast. This is episode 20, NFL Week 16 Outlook. We're here with Christian Bonnier, Jared Albin. We had to kind of change the camera angle so we could fit everybody in here. We're live from my basement. As you can see, I got a shrine that my parents put up behind me.
Kyle was
not my doing.
Kyle was killed, and
it looks like a
set
funeral
this up
home.
for him.
Anyway, we got a lot to talk about today. The reason we brought both of them here, we've been having kind of in our group chat a debate about Mike Tomlin. And we'll get to it later, but Christian's very anti-Mike Tomlin. Jared's very pro-Mike Tomlin. Both Steelers fan, but we'll get to that later. We're going to start off with a couple of headlines. First headline we're going to start off with, it looks like the Buccaneers are screwed, right? Chris Godwin's out for the year. Mike Evans out for a couple games. Leonard Fournette lands in the IR. What are we thinking, guys? What are our options here with the Bucs? What are we thinking?
They got the best QB ever.
Who do they play the rest of the way?
It's a good thing to start
Who
with.
do they play this week?
Well, this week they play, who do they play? I don't know who they play this week. They play the Jets next week, I believe.
Oh, boy.
So, I mean, it doesn't really matter.
They're fine then.
They're
They
going
can
to
put
win the
Gavin
NFC
out
South.
there.
They are going to win the division.
They still might get the bye.
Well, the fact that the Saints shut them out,
I don't know if they
though,
get the bye.
the
Oh,
Saints.
you have to get the one seed to get the bye now,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And the Packers are not going to lose
They ain't
that.
getting the bye.
No, there's not a chance of
They're
getting
not going to. They're going to get home
But
field
the
advantage.
fact that the Saints beat them again,
that's bad.
that's bad. I mean,
It's
the
a
Saints.
division matchup.
Yeah, but the Saints. He
Taysom
hasn't
Hill,
beaten the
like,
Saints
Division
once.
matchups are usually close. Unless
Yeah,
you're
they
someone
are.
against the
But
Bengals.
it's shut out.
At home.
Well, they're going to win this week too.
It wasn't like they were in
They
New
don't
Orleans.
care about the
They have
Raiders.
the
They're playing the
Panthers.
Panthers.
They
Oh
have
my
the
God, take
Panthers.
the under in that game.
Oh,
Probably like
big time.
47. Take the under in that
Tom
game.
Brady revenge game. I haven't been fantasy beat him this week.
Dude, his top options this week are Gronk,
Which is
Gronk,
fine.
Antonio Brown coming back,
That doesn't
That
sound
and
too bad.
Tyler
That's
Johnson.
fine.
Do you know who Tyler Johnson is? Because I don't.
What about the other short guy, Scotty?
Scotty Miller.
Scotty Miller. They haven't even used
The
him.
go to the team.
Wait, so
So
Evans
who's
is
the-
hurt
and
for
then-
good. How long?
Is Rojo back?
Yeah, Rojo's
Yes.
back.
What's Evans
Rojo's
out
back.
for?
Evans out for 2-3 weeks, I believe. So he'll be
Godwin's
back
done,
for
right?
playoffs.
Towards
Godwin's
his
done. And that sucks. for
That
him.
was a bad hit.
He's going to
That
free
was a bad
agency
hit
too.
in his
He's going to free agency. He was going to make a ton of money.
He still might.
He was going to go to the
Pittsburgh
Jets too.
Steelers.
Everyone's going to go to the Steelers,
The
man.
Steelers are getting Aaron Rodgers.
See?
I don't know about that.
Cry.
And they're going to get Devontae
The
Adams.
only argument I have for Mike Tomlin is Aaron Rodgers likes him, so if he gets Aaron Rodgers, I will completely switch my opinion on Mike Tomlin.
Fair enough.
But until then, he's
Until that happens, he's shit.
All right, so one of the segments we're going to get into here is we're kind of just going to go around, and we're going to give our predictions as of now prior to Week 16 on the Super Bowl matchup that we expect to happen, or a Super Bowl pick of who's going to win. Christian, we'll start with you.
Whoa.
Who do you believe? Oh, no, we're not going to start with Christian. We're going to start with Jared. Jared, what do you think the Super Bowl matchup would be if you had to guess, and who's your winner?
I mean, the Chiefs are coming out of the AFC. Easiest bet I've ever placed in my life. Got them at like plus 400 or something
Yeah,
like that.
That
Like
is
five.
fair. That is fair.
I have a Dallas future bet, so let's say Chiefs-Dallas. Chiefs win.
He's
I
got.
don't like
I don't like Dallas,
I don't
but
I don't like Dallas either.
I got Chiefs. I think the Rams could right the ship, but I'm going to go chalk and go Chiefs-Packers right now.
This is the most balanced NFL ever.
It's awesome.
Fact.
It's awesome.
That is a fact.
So who are you going to pick for your Super Bowl matchup?
I
Don't say the
honestly,
Patriots.
yeah, I can't.
He's
say
gonna
the
say the
Patriots. I'm not going to
Patriots.
say the Patriots.
Jones, bring us to the promised land.
I'm going to smack
Mac
the
Jones.
Patriots.
Mac Jones.
Give him time. Give him time. I'm going. I want to go Colts. I want to go Colts.
I want Colts to win so Big Cat chops his pinky off.
See, I like the Colts too. The problem
Jonathan
is,
Taylor.
do we trust Carson Wentz?
I don't trust. I trust Jonathan Taylor.
Carson
You
Wentz
need
is
a
even
QB
having
to
a
win the
bad
Super
year.
Bowl.
No, he's not.
I hate
But-
Carson Wentz. I hate him.
First of all,
I
Carson
don't
Wentz
think
has no
he's good.
playoff experience.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's having another good year under Frank Reich. I think Frank Reich knows how to.
Yeah.
I agree. But
Give me the Colts. Give me the Colts.
That's not a bad pick.
I'll take the Colts, and I'll take the Packers. Bucks are too hurt. I mean, it's still Tom
Packers-
Brady.
I like the Rams.
It's still
honestly.
Tom Brady. I hate the Rams.
Packers are a little chalk, but I mean, Aaron Rodgers is going to
It's Aaron Rodgers. It's Aaron Rodgers.
Ready for this one?
Oh, boy.
Oh, here we come.
Ready for
I
this
was
one?
going to say like the Cardinals or something.
Hot take here.
Oh, if you say the
Well,
Cardinals.
from the AFC.
Actually, I know he's going to say the Niners. But
Yes, I
don't
believe.
hate that. I don't
I
hate
like the
that.
Niners. I'm not
Debo-
going to bet
Debo's
it. I would
back.
never put my money on it because I don't want to trust Jimmy G.
I might bet that.
I think they're one of the most well-rounded teams, right? It's a good
I
team.
mean, they're
They're
good.
a good team.
They're hot at the right time. You know, the teams that play their best football in December, January,
For some reason, they always just show up and play
But
every
like you know, they're going to get
comes
into the
down to it.
playoffs. They're going to get like the NFC Championship game, and then Kyle Shanahan's going to throw out a clunker and just like
They're
just
plus
start-
1,000.
Run the
Just
ball
start,
the
like,
entire game
just
and
like-
shit to bed.
That's
No
fine.
idea what
I
he's
don't
doing.
expect them to win the Super Bowl, but I have them out of the AFC. I feel you got to pick the Chiefs. You have to. Who else do you pick? I would say Chargers, but Herbert's not there yet.
Oh.
Colts.
Well, he is, but Staley's not. Like, who
Well,
else
as of now, the Chiefs have the bye.
yeah.
Which I
And
hate
home field
when that
advantage in
sucks.
Arrowhead is ridiculous.
That's the problem.
I'm going to go Niners, Chiefs, rematch. I'm going to go Chiefs pull it out. Fourth quarter victory again.
I just
feel like
I just took him.
but playing there in the
How much,
winter.
what are they
to
right
make
now?
it or to
plus
win it?
1,000 to win the NFC.
To win the
Plus
NFC?
1,000? What are the Chiefs
I like
right
that
now in the
odds,
AFC, do you know?
I actually
Probably
like those.
250.
Plus
I got
1,000.
him at
I might
like
bet
400.
that.
175.
I might ride that with you. Plus 1,000 win the NFC?
for the 49ers.
He's going to put $6
Yeah,
bucks
dude,
on
you put
it.
$20 on it to win 200. That's not bad value.
He's going to put $6 on
Yeah,
it.
but you just lose 20. You lose
I put
20.
Here we go. Jared job shaming me again. He's like,
Whoa.
Here we go. This is why you don't hang around poor, rich people.
Yeah.
They just like to talk down on you.
Which is $70.
Throw dirt on you.
I just don't see the point in betting like
77.
16.
All right. So those are our Super Bowl matchups. Let's get into the reason why we're here. Let me introduce the topic real quick. Both Steelers fans, right? We have a group chat we're all in. Every single Steelers game, Christian says something about Mike Tomlin to provoke Jared. Jared responds with some sarcastic-ass comment, and then his butt heads the whole game. And Gavin
That's
and I
why I
sit
leave
here,
the group chat. I leave the group chat
Every
probably
time.
once a week.
and we sit here and laugh. And it's actually funny. So now, before Christian moves to Florida, which is, when are you moving again?
A month from today.
A month from today. So he's moving to Florida. We're getting out of the way. Gavin and I are going to say a word. We're going to let them square off and talk about Mike Tomlin. I might be the mediator and ask a couple questions.
Yeah, ask some questions.
I'm going to ask some questions.
Let's start with a question.
Prior to the question, okay?
Can I
Prior to the
introduce
question.
a fun stat?
Hold on. Wait your turn. Prior to the question, I'm going to say I am leaning pro Jared here. I'm a Mike Tomlin fan as well. I wish the Jets had him. With that being said, would you like to introduce your stat?
Okay. The Steelers this year, in quarters 1 through 3, have 10 more points than they do in the fourth quarter. Combined.
Would you like to say that again?
In quarters 1 through 3, they've only scored 10 more points than they have in the fourth quarter this season.
I agree. Their offensive coordinator's pretty
Which
fast.
means they take
That's a
3
crazy
quarters to
stat.
panic and then let Big Ben shoot the shit, and they do amazing. So that shows you that their
That's a
coaching
kind of
staff is
stat.
poo-poo.
That's a crazy stat.
That's
Big
a
Ben
crazy
also
stat.
stinks.
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
He literally looks like he's like
Alright, so,
shot
like,
putting the ball.
Here we go. Jared's
You act like you can't.
So
throw
I have
anymore.
a nice little stat.
This is where we stop
There are
talking.
currently 6. I know you don't like the playoff Mike Tomlin. I know he's only 8-8 in the playoffs, not so bad. But there's currently 6 coaches with more wins in the playoffs than Mike Tomlin, and there's only 9 with a better record. And 3 of those 9 are all have 1 playoff appearance or at least less playoff appearances than Mike Tomlin.
Also a good fact.
I witnessed my team lose to Tim Tebow.
But that happened so long ago.
It's Mike Tomlin.
That was.
It was Mike Tomlin, but
10 years ago.
I witnessed my team lose to
What
the
year was that?
Jaguars.
2012.
Twice.
2012, I think.
You mean the year before he won the Super Bowl, went to the Super Bowl
Yeah.
against the Packers, and then they 2
I don't remember what year it was. They all blend together. It's just ends in heartbreak every single time, bro.
I'm going to step in and ask a question here. Christian, if you're the Steelers GM moving forward, are you bringing Mike Tomlin back next year or moving on?
It depends on how the season goes. If they miss
There's
the
3 weeks
playoffs, if you miss the playoffs, he's gone.
Who would you bring in though?
I don't know. That's not. I'm the GM.
Like if you had to pick a coach better than him, other than the obvious like Belichick, Reed, and
Arians.
McVay and maybe Harbaugh.
Dude, if we had Matt LaFleur,
Oh my God,
we'd
the
be
love with Matt LaFleur.
disgusting.
The love affair with
I
Matt
don't know
LaFleur.
about
Matt
that.
LaFleur is 2-2 in the playoffs and has Aaron Rodgers.
he's 500. Mike Tomlin's 500.
Okay, he's been there twice.
He's a new coach. How many seasons has he been there? 2.
Oh my God,
What do you
he's
mean?
the coach of Aaron Rodgers. I think you throw Borey out there as Aaron Rodgers head coach. He wins a couple playoff games.
Mike Tomlin had Big Ben for his prime, and he's the 5th leading passing yards player.
And he won a Super Bowl and went to 2.
You act like Mike Tomlin threw the corner of the end zone dot to Santonio Holmes without a 100-yard interception return.
Without his players playing, yeah, he's gonna lose games. That's what happens.
I don't see where you draw the line between coaching and play.
So
Because
if you want to bring up his players making bad plays, if Rashad Mendenhall doesn't fumble the ball against the Packers, do they win the Super Bowl?
I don't know. Probably. I remember crying that night.
Probably. So they would have been. So Mike Tomlin would have been 2-2 in the Super Bowl if Rashad Mendenhall didn't fumble that football.
2-2. He'd be 2-0.
Or 2 out of 2. I meant to say.
Okay, so what about the last 10 years where we should have had at least a Super Bowl appearance and we have none?
I mean, they've drafted terribly.
What?
Yeah. Terrell Edmonds, not good. Devin Bush, he was good his rookie year.
Shazier, really good minus
Well,
paralyzation.
Shazier, I can't play anymore.
Antonio Brown, Juju, Le'Veon Bell. Minka's basically a draft pick because we traded for him.
Antonio
Yeah.
Brown.
Where is Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell right now?
They were there for 4 years. That's such a bad argument. We had
But they were bad in the
We
locker
had
room.
4 years with them.
That was really good.
It is.
That's fine. That's fine. But again, other guys like Terrell Edmonds,
Oh my God, you're narrowing out one.
Artie Burns.
T.J. Watt,
Okay, T.J. Watt's a good draft pick. But then you got other guys like
Mike Hilton, Cam Sutton,
Cam Sutton,
Bud Dupree,
I don't think
Alex Highsmith, Cam Hayward.
they're all good draft picks. Yeah, but then you have big misses. Again, like
Everyone has big misses. No one drafts fucking perfect.
but the past couple years have been really bad draft wise. Najee Harris, I like Najee Harris, love him. Chase Claypool can't get out of his
offensive lineman.
Chase Claypool can't get out of his own way on the football field.
He's a stud.
But he can't get out of his own way.
He's fine. After that Vikings game, he's fine.
And everyone's like, "Oh, Mike Tomlin's a bad locker room guy." But you ask any guy,
Bro. We come out of the game flat every single game. I sit here and watch the Steelers in the first half put up 0 to 3 points.
Maybe
every
they do.
First half.
Maybe they do.
That's a coaching scheme.
Maybe they do because their quarterback is so old that he never.
That's
He never practices Wednesday through Friday.
What about when we played the Bengals and they basically look like they were?
He literally
throwing
does not
target
practice. He doesn't practice Wednesday through Friday.
What?
He doesn't practice Wednesday through Friday.
That's the coach's fault.
Well, he can't practice.
Why?
Because he's older than dirt.
You can't just make the old excuse for every fucking thing that
Tom
happens
Brady
to the
practices
Steelers.
Wednesday through Friday.
Aaron Rodgers, Tom
Brady.
Brady.
Are we comparing Tom Brady to Ben Roethlisberger?
Just saying.
What are we doing
He's
here?
44.
Right now?
Well, I just want to say there's a
44.
difference. One man actually works to get better,
Ben
And
Roethlisberger
one
gets
man-
fat in the offseason.
and one man goes to get McDonald's and then drinks beer and watches
Yeah.
porn in his free time.
Yeah, he's addicted to porn. I'll list you the coaches.
Against the Vikings, when they had to start throwing the ball, Big Ben had 300 yards and 3 touchdowns on 28 of 40.
They were down 29 points.
Exactly. They had to start going deep because they refused.
Okay, but
Why don't they play that type of offense from the start ever?
I don't know.
Because the coach.
But Mike Tomlin has never been known as an offensive coach. He's like
Okay, well our offense is shit.
Coordinator.
He hired him.
he did hire him.
We haven't had a good offensive
That's
coordinator
true.
in fucking 10 years.
I mean, Todd Haley wasn't terrible.
Not good.
He got a lot of hate, but he was not terrible.
Randy Finkner was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's very true. That's very true. But I'm gonna list the coaches. There's a couple shockers on here with more playoff wins than Mike Tomlin. Mike McCarthy's on there, which he stinks.
He also had Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
He also had Aaron Rodgers. That's true. Jim Harbaugh, who I think is parallel to Mike Tomlin. They are 4A and
Ravens
4B. Huh?
Ravens.
Dude, look at the Ravens team. They suck. They have fucking Huntley at QB.
They-
Their whole team tore their ACL before the season, and they're still good because he's a good coach.
He is a good coach, but they have one more win than the Steelers.
Mike Tomlin did bring Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges to 8-8 record.
Their defense
Also true.
brought them to that record.
But Mike,
He's a defensive
he's
coach.
he's a coach.
Okay.
he's
Pete
defensive.
Carroll has more wins, but Pete Carroll also stinks. Hasn't done anything in the past 4 years. I'm a big non-Pete Carroll
Yeah,
guy.
Should have ran the ball,
Not a
Pete.
big Pete
Should have
Carroll.
ran the football.
Andy Reid and
Huh.
Bill Belichick are the obvious ones, and then Sean Payton is 9-8, and Mike Tomlin's
He
8.
hates Sean Payton.
Sean Payton stinks.
Good.
But
How do you say Peyton stinks but Mike Tomlin's good?
Sean Payton's had Drew Brees, who has the most passing yards ever before Tom Brady, and is 9-8 in the playoffs.
Would you say the Saints or Steelers have had better teams throughout the last 10, 12 years?
The Steelers.
The Saints.
I would say the
Oh,
Steelers. I would disagree.
I would say Steelers too.
Sean Payton had Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara, and Michael Thomas on the same field.
We had
and
Big
did-
Ben, Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, and
did he even-
Martavis
did they
Bryant on
even
the
make-
same field.
They
Talk to him.
made,
Don't talk to me.
they made one NFC Championship game.
Okay, we let Blake Bortles hang 45 on our head, Mr. Defensive Guru over here.
Okay, but hold on. Getting into
This is good.
Ben Roethlisberger had what? I think he had 3 turnovers in that game.
I don't remember, dude.
Again, and then Ben Roethlisberger last year against the Browns had, I think, 3 turnovers in that game.
After
I
the
think
game,
it's 4
Mike Tomlin
to
said,
nothing.
and I quote, "We weren't prepared. We were not prepared for a playoff game."
Maybe Ben Roethlisberger wasn't prepared because he comes out and turns the ball over
You hate
4
Big
times.
Ben, bro. Just say it.
I do. Maybe he's not that good anymore. He was good 10 years ago, but he's not that good anymore.
If they would let him run his own offense and play a downfield game, we would still put
He
up.
can't throw the ball downfield.
Did you watch the Vikings game? He was throwing it all over the place.
Dude, they were down 29 points. Of course they're going to let them air it out. That's just what happens.
And it worked. So why don't you do it from the start?
Because you can't.
We have the
To
most.
Christian's point, Big Ben did succeed throwing when everybody in Planet knew they were going to throw. Good teams can do. Good teams can run and pass.
When you watch a
they
good
expect to run and
team,
pass.
when you watch a good team, you're like confident. Like when you watch the Chiefs when they're really humming, you know that they're gonna be productive in an explosive offense. When you watch the Steelers, you're like, please get a first down. You're like praying that they do something good. There's such a difference between a good team and the Steelers.
Obviously, there's a difference, and then you look at.
We have the most third down throws at The ball doesn't travel to the line in the air in the NFL.
Well, maybe that's the quarterback's fault who makes the wrong read. They literally came out when he threw the ball on fourth. I think it was 4th and 8. I forget who it was, but it was at the end of the game, and they needed a first down. It was 4th and 8, and he threw the ball behind the line of scrimmage, and they came out and they were like, "That was not the play call. He made the wrong read." So is that the coach's fault for making the wrong read?
No,
should he be out there telling him what to throw to?
You pinpoint one specific play, and you're like, "Oh, the coach he's fine."
I'm not. But obviously,
we tied the Lions, bro.
They did tie the Lions,
and the Lions didn't even have Swift, bro.
They had Mason Rudolph in the game. Mason Rudolph.
Care.
And the Steelers. Fun fact: Joe Hayden. Without Joe Hayden, the Steelers are 1-8.
Without T.J. Watt, we haven't won a game.
Oh,
if you take T.J. Watt off our defense, I think we're one of the worst teams in the NFL.
I agree with that.
Like a single player defines our team. That's.
What do you want? Should Mike Tomlin do everything? Should it be in the front office now?
Bro, you should be a good coach. Who the fuck do the Patriots have? They're the second in the AFC.
What do you mean? Who do they have? They just went out and signed the most players. They just spent the most money in free agency this offseason.
Could you compare the Patriots roster to the Steelers roster?
Free agency history.
No, I can't. The
Bill
Patriots.
Belichick is a genius.
Yeah, that's what a good coach does.
Mind games.
Well, Bill Belichick's also the greatest coach.
I don't know what
he's also like a GM and can do whatever.
They have J.C. Jackson, who was a top 3 cornerback in the NFL this year. Matt Judon is one of the best.
That was free agency.
One of the best free agents who picks up in recent memory because he's just balling out.
Yeah, that's also true.
Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry has 9 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think he's got 8.
And even their wide receivers who are like no-name guys are still putting up good numbers.
A lot of them were drafted.
Because their offense is...
Ramondre Stevenson, 4th round stud.
Yes. He's been trying.
He's not better than Damien Harris.
Well, Damien Harris has been getting hurt.
But I just don't agree with this Mike Tomlin hate because there's one, I think he's a top 5 coach in the NFL, and 2, there's no one who you can replace him with who would be any better.
I just want to see them not underperform. That's all I've seen since I was 10 years old.
But they underperform, but then I bet you they'll go out and they lose by 3 to the Chiefs this week. And everyone's like, "Oh my God, Mike Tomlin's great." So it happens with every coach. Look at the Tennessee Titans. Mike Vrabel or even the Buffalo Bills. Mike Vrabel lost to who? Who did they lose to?
The Jets.
The Jets.
Yeah.
We barely beat the Titans.
The Bills lost to the Jags. And then you look at the Cardinals, just lost straight up to the Lions. Weren't the Cardinals at home too?
Yes.
At home.
Favored by
that happened, and no one's like Cliff Kingsbury needs to be gone.
Well, that's the problem. He's not a good NFL coach.
No, but every time I see on Twitter,
you say Mike Tomlin is top 5, and that with that you have to prove that we play up to a top 5 coach's standards as a team, and we don't.
So what do you? So we'll wrap this up soon. But what is your take on the Steelers last year winning their first 12 games in a row and then winning the division? Even though they lost first round, what's your take on that?
Dude, I go back to the coach again. Every time we're up big in a game, we don't close it out and win by 10 or 14. They dwindle the lead down to a possession and have to get like a goal line stop with a second left to win the game. It happens all the time. We were up 3 against Tennessee. We created 2 turnovers on our side of the field, punted and kicked a field goal.
That happens every time.
When we should have scored twice and put the game out of reach, but we never fucking do that ever.
But when you're that happens a lot.
There's never a Steelers game where we just sit back and say, "Oh, a nice win by the third quarter." We always have to be like, "Oh, it's one possession."
All right,
every time.
I'll finish. The 12-0 season was great. It was great to start.
Got embarrassed by a division rival in the playoffs.
But I think the big thing that goes unnoticed is that Ben Roethlisberger clearly got hurt in Week 4, and he was never the same. Like if you go back and watch them, I think it was
this year or last year.
Last year, I think it was Week 3 against the Broncos. He balled out, and then the next week he got hurt, and he never.
He was coming off elbow surgery last year.
Never did anything the same. I think it was his knee last year, and he just was not that.
Well, he's always hurt now because
he's just old. Yeah. But Mike Tomlin's top 5. That's all I know.
That wraps up our very intriguing Mike Tomlin debate. If you watch the video, comment down below. Give us your thoughts. Are you siding with Christian or are you siding with Jared here?
Or if you think they're both assholes.
I thought it was a pretty good debate. Both of them made very good points. You guys decide. But with that being said, we'll move into our next segment. We're going to do with our little 2 guest hosts here. We're going to do a game called Guess the Line. It was Christian's idea. Actually, a very good idea. So I'm going to list a couple games, and we'll tie it into kind of our outlook and our predictions. So with that being said, Patriots going to Buffalo going to New England and playing in New England against the Patriots. So Buffalo at New England. Guess the line.
Well, this looks like a pick'em, and the home field is the Patriots, so Pat's -3.
Pats -4.5.
The correct line is -2.5. So Christian wins that one.
So
All right.
you're telling me that they're favoring the Bills?
They're favoring the
By
Bills by
half a
half point,
stick, yeah.
technically, if you take out home field advantage.
You
Yeah.
guys aren't guessing, I guess.
Well, we
I
were
have it
so
right here.
Oh, okay.
1-0 me.
So let's get
How
into
is it
let's get into the outlook of the game. What are we thinking? Who are we
that's
picking
a
here?
weird line. I agree.
Who are we picking here?
I
The
have
game's
Give me the Pats.
in New England.
Well, of course you're getting the Pats.
I
wasn't
have to.
asking
I
you.
can't. I'm not
The game's
picking
in
against
New
the
England?
Pats.
The game is in New England.
I have a good read on Buffalo this year. I think they crush them.
It's gonna be snowing.
I also think
It's
Buffalo
going
covers.
to be
Buffalo-
snowing again. It's going to be
They
snowing
let Mac
again.
Jones throw 3 passes and beat them. They're
I don't
pissed.
think-
They're
It's
not
going to be
crushing.
snowing again.
I don't think Buffalo is that good.
Mac Jones is finally getting in a rut.
No, he's fucking not.
In
He
a
played
rut?
so good in the fourth quarter.
They're literally not going to throw the ball again.
I'm so mad that he's such a
He threw
favorite for
2
Rookie of
first
the
half
Year.
picks last game. The reason they lost is because their offense put up 0 first half points.
That's fine. He picked
So
it back
reason
up in the
they
second half. He got mad at himself. He figured it out.
Mac Jones is taking the
Got mad
Rookie
at
of the Year
himself
from
and
my man.
figured it out.
That's what he does. He gets mad at
Alright.
himself and he figures it out.
I got
pretty
bailed
sure
out by
you
his
can-
defense.
You
to give
can
up
put
0
Kyle
first
in
half
at the
points.
Patriots QB and hand the ball off 44 times and throw 3 passes. Oh, he's a Rookie of the Year.
I mean, I want to point out too the ball he threw against Buffalo, the one completion he had to Johnny Smith. That was a hell of a catch from Johnny Smith. That was a disgusting ball.
It was.
That was terrible.
I don't think Mac.
caught it like this.
No way should Mac Jones be Rookie of the Year.
100%. I agree.
Well, who's taking it over?
Jamar Chase. It should have been
Or
Jamar
Najee.
Chase at the
Oh.
Najee.
Jamar Chase has fallen down.
Yeah.
Najee is
I
our
don't
whole
care.
offense.
He has,
I think-
what does he have? 10 touchdowns and 12
I don't
touchdowns and
know how
1,000
you don't
yards.
give it to like how do you?
I agree with O-line.
Like
I agree with
Rashawn
that.
Slater,
Yeah, you give it to Rashawn Slater. You
Who's
give it
that?
to Creed Humphrey, your
the
boy.
guy from the
Chargers.
Chargers. Don't mention
You
Green.
give it to Creed Humphrey, who the Steelers should have freaking drafted. If the Steelers
Green
drafted
Humphrey's
Creed
terrible.
Humphrey, let me give you. Let me
Wait,
say.
could we have gotten Javonte Williams in the second round?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Let me give you this too, Christian. Right?
I can
What
side
if the
with you.
Steelers? What if the Steelers? Your glaring offseason need was the offensive line, right? What if you drafted Creed Humphrey, and then kept James Conner for say $5 million, is what I believe he signed with the Cardinals.
No,
Who is?
I don't want him on the Steelers.
He has like 12 rushing touchdowns.
Dude, but-
Because they're all from the 1 yard line.
Dude, James Conner's not that good.
Dude, I watch him on Steelers. He's so slow, bro. He's so
And he like doesn't hit the hole.
Again, you
like,
also
he just like stands there.
To Christian's point, what if you drafted Creed Humphrey first round and waited second? Or what if you got Michael Carter in the 4th round like the Jets did?
Dude,
right?
he put up 3 fantasy points last week for me.
Like here's the like.
He also was the first.
Kyle,
guy
you
on
can't
IR.
just do the what ifs because like if you draft a guy,
I understand that.
Obviously, they wanted Najee Harris. Everybody knew that. But then you can't get a guy like Najee Harris. What if you couldn't get Javonte Williams in the second round?
That's fine, but you knew there was running back depth. My issue was
What depth? There's 4 guys.
my
3.
issue was the priorities were wrong. You
There's
can have a
4
good
guys.
running back. You can have a good running back and not have a successful running back if you have a bad offensive line. If your
Dude.
offensive line is good, aka the 49ers, you
2020
can make
Super
anybody
Bowl,
look good.
baby. We get Rodgers, we draft a line, we're set.
All right.
49ers
Next-
have gone through
next
5.
line. Next
Okay,
line.
who are we picking? Go around. Who are we picking? We got off topic. Bills, Patriots. Who are you picking? Bills?
Straight up, Bills.
Money line?
Patriots.
Bills.
Patriots.
2v2. There we go. All right, guess the line.
Why does he have these
I hate when he does it. That's why he punches his teeth out.
Yeah, but you won't.
Here we go. The Rams at Minnesota Vikings. Guess the line.
at Minnesota?
We'll let you start first. You guessed it last time.
Plus 4.5.
Who's plus 4.5?
Vikings are.
Rams -3.
Rams -3 on the dot. On the dot.
How is that?
Man, I'm too good. I'm too good.
They're only giving them 6 points. I don't even
Because
understand.
the Vikings just show up randomly.
The Vikings, they're
just
hit
show
or
up.
miss.
I
They
mean,
are.
Justin Jefferson is. Here's my hot take. Justin Jefferson will have a bad week this week. Finally.
This dude's trying to tell me
I'm
Justin.
Jalen Ramsey
This dude
now.
tried to tell me. This dude came on our show about a month ago and said Justin Jefferson's not top 10.
That is true.
He's second in the league in receiving
That
yards.
is very
He's
true.
probably top 5.
He's 100% top 5. You can't name me 5 receivers right now you'd rather have than him.
My boy.
Who?
You know who.
Don't say Deontay Johnson, please.
Nope.
I would take.
Say Mike Williams.
No, I wouldn't.
Terry McLaurin. That's my boy.
Oh,
But hey, listen, Terry McLaurin is so good, dude. I'm telling you.
Oh.
The guy who just had 2 catches on Darius
Hey,
Slay.
did you see who was throwing to him? Garrett Gilbert. He
Doesn't
wouldn't throw
matter.
that Endicott.
I mean, he probably
He
would.
wouldn't.
But
Thank you.
how about the week before? The week before he had
He
one
got hurt.
catch. He had one in the third quarter. He had 1 catch in the first half.
Taylor Heineke, give him a good quarterback. Give him a Kirk Cousins.
Taylor Heineke's bad now. He's serviceable.
He's serviceable.
I'm taking Taylor Heineke over Ben.
I'm not.
Okay.
That's a bad take.
It's not a bad
Heineke's
take.
horrible.
I like Taylor Heineke.
I do too. He's a dog.
He's a dog
He's a competitor.
who loses a competitor. Congrats. So is Baker
Loses.
Mayfield.
They have like 7 wins this year. 6, 7 wins. That team stinks.
It does?
Yeah.
That
Curtis
defense
Samuel hasn't played all year.
That defense
Antonio Gibson stinks. And Chase Young is hurt now. And their defense is giving up like 30 points a game. Their team stinks. They have 6, 7 wins.
Go back and watch
I
the
exaggerate. It's like 23.
All right, whatever. Next line, because I'm done with you.
Well, we got to pick. Rams -3 at the Vikings.
Rams.
No, it's Rams minus. You said
Rams -3 at the Vikings.
Oh. Rams.
You're all a bunch of squares.
I was
Vikings
just gonna
+3.
say square bet.
Vikings +3. Take
Rams
it home.
are getting in their stride, like with Odell. Like I said.
Yeah, the Rams looked like dog shit last night against the Seahawks. The Seahawks, who are horrible.
My Rams division bet's looking good. I don't know
All right.
where.
I have it too, but all right.
He's like,
Guess the line.
I bet that in my backyard on the Memorial Day. I was talking to you about that. I think you told me.
I got that.
Yeah, I
I
did.
got this.
I did.
I'm going first on this.
Yeah, well, he bet this game already, so you're not gonna let you guess it. Steelers at Kansas City Chiefs. Guess the line.
Are we doing before or after the news? I know what it was.
Currently,
before.
what it is now.
I think it's +7.5 now. Steelers are
Yeah, that
+7.5.
is.
Yes, that is true. Who are you taking? Without being a homer here.
I'm going to buy a point and take Steelers +8
Why would you? What is 8 points? What's the threshold there?
because they're going to be down 8 points.
If it was at 6, I'd get you by a
Because
point.
they're going to be down. They're going to be down a boatload and then go for 2 and then miss it.
Okay.
And I'm going to push.
It's good.
I think this is the week. The paradox with the Steelers is they'll come out hot against. The
Honestly,
team.
though, the Steelers. I don't think the Steelers have ever lost at Arrowhead. Don't quote me on that.
Oh,
But
just-
in my recent memory, they
The
have.
Chiefs now.
Like they went.
Every
I
Chiefs.
remember when the Chiefs were like really good, and then they went in there in the playoffs and they kicked the
we
shit.
beat
out
Alex
of them.
Smith by like 6 points.
No, I think they beat the hell out of them.
No, they didn't. I remember.
Who are you picking?
Chiefs.
I got Steelers at
Even-
+10.5, so
so-
that's my bet.
Here's the predicament. So if Kelsey and Hill both don't play because they're both on the COVID list as of now, are you still riding the Chiefs?
No.
Okay.
That's a game time bet.
That's a game.
That's
That's
a
a game
game
time
time
bet or leave.
That's why you get
game.
the line before it moves.
Yeah. All right. Last matchup we'll talk about. We got the Ravens at the Bengals. Christian, we'll start with you. Guess the line.
Wow. Cincy -1.
Okay.
Cincy -4.5.
What is with you at 4.5? You've guessed 3 times. You guessed 4.5 3 times. The Ravens are a 2.5 point dog. The Bengals are favored by 2.5 points. Christian,
Yeah, 3-0.
Christian with the sweep. Christian with the
How
sweep.
they're giving them even.
The Bengals are 2.5 point favorites. In
Wait, it's Huntley.
It's at home.
Playing?
Wait, the Ravens are the favorite?
the Ravens are the dog.
The dog.
You just said they were
The
favorite.
Ravens
Oh,
are
getting
the
2.5.
Bengals are favored. The game is in Cincinnati. The Baltimore Ravens are visiting Cincinnati
That line
as a
makes
2.5
no
point
sense.
underdog.
Makes a lot of sense.
That line makes no sense, and I'm going to get to my bet. I'm going to be unloading all of the money in my bank account, which isn't a lot, on the Bengals.
Bengals. They're going to say Ravens.
Why would you bet on the Bengals? Is Lamar playing?
I don't know.
Because
What's your
Jamar Chase
thought?
is going to explode like he did the last time they played the Ravens.
Yeah,
That's
they
true.
have like no corners.
The Ravens.
He's going to have
The Bengals
Jamar
are
Chase.
crushing the
Jamar Chase,
AFC
bold
North.
prediction, is
Yeah,
going to have
they're
150
undefeated.
yards and 2 touchdowns.
They're undefeated in the AFC North. So if he does that, he wins the rookie of the year this week. No?
No.
How?
No.
How?
What do you mean how?
Mac
last
Jones,
4
Mac
weeks,
Jones is like
Jones.
-500.
Which makes no sense to me.
It doesn't make any
He
sense.
has, he has
How does that
1,200
make sense to you?
he has 1,200 receiving yards and 12 touchdowns as a
His
rookie.
team has 9 wins, right?
So what?
That's what it is.
Mac Jones' team won a game.
Production.
The quarterback
Mac Jones' team won a game without him throwing the ball. How are you the most
3 times.
incomplete?
He went 2 for 3.
How
I
are you
really
the
need
leader?
the Chargers and the Colts to lose this week, but
Like, how are you the rookie of the year? I'm sorry. 12.
You just hate the Patriots. You just hate the Patriots.
No, take the Patriots out of it. It makes
You're
no
a square.
sense. It makes no
You're a
sense.
square.
That makes no sense. Tell me you
no.
have no idea what a square means without telling me you have no
The
idea.
Ravens-
what
I
it
don't.
means.
Ah!
The Ravens are going.
so fucking.
The
He
Ravens
has
are-
roid rage if you couldn't
He's
tell.
so ignorant.
The Ravens,
right, right.
the Ravens are going to get
Take the needle out of your
boat
ass.
race this
I don't
week.
take shit.
Boat race
I don't even take
By the
protein
Bengals?
shake.
by the Bengals. The Bengals are going to
Jackass.
I think
boat
Huntley
race
is as
this
good as
Stupid
Lamar
ass
Jackson. He
dumb.
plays as good as him.
Who are you taking?
Bengals.
-2.5?
Yeah.
I would decide the Bengals too. I had to see if Lamar's playing or not. I wouldn't mind the under in this game. I think the under is at like 4.5.
Dude, they went to like 80 points
Yeah,
last
I
night.
know.
44?
Yeah, but it's the
Hammer
divisional
the
game
over.
after week 10. I'm not gonna.
Oh
bet
my
it,
god,
but-
he saw the
You're
TikTok.
damn right I saw it. And it works. I've won a lot on it. What are you taking?
Take the Bengals.
So the Bengals are a square bet. So all right,
So
let's get
the
in.
Bengals.
So you guys have to look up your best bets. I'll start with mine while you guys look them up. I'm going to start with tomorrow night's Thursday night game. I like the San Francisco 49ers. I know Elijah Mitchell just got ruled out. They're at 3.5 now. By a half point, bring them to 3. Titans are still missing everybody. I think the 49ers are a better coach team and more talented.
That's true.
Imagine the Steelers with Kyle Shanahan. They'd be so good.
Well, Kyle Shanahan's under 500 in his career.
You could
as
put
a head
in
coach.
any running. You could put in any running back in the league
No,
and they
100%.
have 100
I agree.
yards.
I agree. And that's why I like him. Because Elijah Mitchell's out, but like you could put Gavin behind there. He's running for 100 yards. Next bet.
Probably more.
Cowboys Washington football team under 47 points. And I say this without knowing who the quarterback's going to be for Washington. Divisional game. Cowboys have been a hit or miss lately. Divisional game, I like the under. My last one will be the Monday night game. Dolphins +3. I absolutely hate Tua. I think he stinks. I don't think he'll be in the league in 3 years, but I think he's a lot better than Taysom Hill.
Whoa.
I trust Brian Flores to come up
What
with a
a
game plan
line.
to stop the guy from BYU.
What is that line?
So I'll take Dolphins +3. I'll probably take a money line on Monday night too. Those are my 3 bets.
Am I tripping? The Bucks are minus 10.
Gavin
Yeah,
going
Bucks.
next?
I'll
Yeah.
go. Bucks Panthers. Give me the under.
I like that under too. I was gonna put that in there. Love that under.
What is the
The
under?
Panthers can't move the damn ball. I'll tell you right now. I don't care what it is. It could be
44.
30.
I think it's 44 and a half.
Yeah,
He's-
hammer the under.
Matt Rule said he's starting Cam Newton, but Sam Darnold's also going to play. So I don't know what the hell kind of game
That
plan
means
that's gonna
no
be.
one's going to get
mean?
his.
What
No
kind
one's
of
going to
game
get a
plan?
groove, and
You
they're
know
going
what
to
that
get
means?
points.
Matt Rule's on his last leg in Carolina.
He is
That's
so
what that means.
scared.
Pretty much. Jets dodge the
They
ball
live
with
right
him.
down the road from that stadium too. A little fun
All
fact
right.
for it, right around the corner.
Who?
Tom does.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a really nice stadium. I also got the Lions over the Falcons. I think the Falcons are awful. I think they might be one of the worst teams in football.
Oh,
That's a
Lions
5.5 point spread too. Give me the Lions 5.5 after coming off that win. You know how happy they are.
Sprinkle the money line.
Yeah, sprinkle the money line.
Who are they playing?
The Falcons.
Oh, Falcons stink.
Yeah, exactly. And it's in Atlanta. They're coming off that
what's
big
the
win.
spread?
You know how happy
What's
they
the
are.
5.5.
Are you
Ooh.
done? Are you done? Is that?
I feel like everyone's going to take the Lions.
All right, everyone has to parlay their best bets right now in front of the camera.
All right, give me a second. I also
That's it. I extended my no parlay November because I had a great month in November, so
No parlay. No.
I extended it.
give me the Colts over the Cardinals too.
I was just.
You can say it too,
All right,
Here's it.
I got.
because the Cardinals are -1. Colts are hot. The Cardinals coming off
I
that
have.
big loss.
I have. Whoa! I have
That-
under.
That to me might be the fact that they're a 1-point underdog after they just lost to the Lions is kind of like an eyebrow.
I have under 49 in Colts, Arizona.
I like
Arizona cannot score in the
On
red
a
zone.
Saturday night game, I like
point.
that.
They
Good
cannot score in
It
the
is
red
Saturday
zone.
night too. I forgot.
Yeah, I like that.
I have Cincinnati. It's now -3 on here. Might be 2.5. I'll take them 2.5 against the Ravens. Alt spread 7.5. I think they boat race them. Don't take that. And then I got. I know the Jets have 15 guys out and their head coach. I have the Jets at
No.
even money against the Jaguars.
No.
I just bet on the Jaguars last week, and that is the worst football team I have ever laid my eyes upon. Ever.
Do you think Trevor
One
Lawrence
time
is
I
the
bet them
problem
and they
like
lost
Tim
like
does?
40
No,
to 3.
the Trevor Lawrence is not the problem. I watched them.
Trevor Lawrence's top targets are Dan Arnold and
They
James
quite literally-
O'Shaughnessy.
Brandon Cooks
Don't talk shit
looked.
about
Brandon
James
Cooks looked like
Why, he's Irish?
Patriots. Brandon Cooks.
No.
Brandon
He's
Cooks.
a good receiver. He's
Brandon
not
Cooks
a
was
terrible
frying these guys.
He's out
Brandon
this
Cooks
week,
is
too.
a good receiver.
Yeah,
Again,
he is good.
Jets even money.
He's just small.
That's free.
You know you're putting your money on Zach Wilson, right?
Love
That
it.
can't go well.
Love it. At home.
I hit the Jets last week. In
What's
my
their home
best
field
bets.
advantage? Their fans don't go.
Yeah,
Jets-
nobody goes.
Jets
And it's going to be
even
cold
money.
and snowing. There'll be
Jets
10
even
people in
money.
those stands.
Jets even
First of all,
money.
where did you see them even money? They were -2 earlier today.
I got them on ESPN at even money.
Holy shit. I think it might be a Trevor Lawrence breakout game, bro. Jets are the worst defense.
Yeah,
in the
Trevor
NFL.
Lawrence breakout game.
Trevor Lawrence threw 3 interceptions.
Throwing to Laquan Treadwell.
Laviska Shenault's questionable, so if he doesn't play, it's done.
Dude, his top 3 targets the last 2 weeks.
They're so bad.
Dan Arnold, James O'Shaughnessy, and Laquan Treadwell, who got cut by the Jets. And Tim Carroll has the audacity to say Trevor Lawrence stinks. Like, Trevor Lawrence is throwing to the
Oh.
South Cadets out there.
Oh, and for Jake and Jules, I got Duke -9.5 tonight.
I also have that.
College
Yo,
basketball?
let's check my live bet.
Tennessee's up 13 right now.
I mean, this will be
They're up
posted
10.
after
They're
the
up
fact,
10.
so
It's
it's
11.
It's a mute point.
All right, my bets: Colts +1, Panthers +11, Lions 5.5, Rams -3.
Fair enough.
Parlay them; they're gonna win. I'm gonna make.
What's the parlay payout on that?
10x.
10 times? Not
10
bad.
times your investment.
Too bad.
Why are the Panthers 11-point dogs against the Bucks with no
Because
players?
the Bucks have nobody. And the Panthers stink, dude.
So why are that should be a 7-point spread?
It's in
Well,
Carolina.
that's the problem, though. The Panthers' defense is actually pretty good.
7-point game.
Yeah, the Arizona's going to win.
I got +9.5 live. That's how you
Alright.
bet the live.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right.
I like that, too.
It was
All right,
good time.
That'll
thanks
wrap
for
it up.
tuning in. Let us know what you think about the Mike Tomlin debate underneath.